Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Parted Vale. I'm Ryan Lang, also known as the Mind Player, and I'm joined by my good friends.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Cassie Lang. I will be playing Penelope Waters, the human Aquium architect.
And I'm Tim, and I play Draven, our dwarf rogue.
And I'm Cameron. I play a Marwell, our half-elf bard.
Yes, good. We release videos every Tuesday. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe. And give us a like.
What is going on?
We've had an interesting night thus far. We're starting much later than normal, so we're tired. Yeah. Now, before we get going, a few quick announcements.
Our character minis were printed using Banana for Scale 3D printing services, and you can use our code MINDPLAYED20 for 20% off your first order until the end of 2025.
And if you guys are enjoying the show and would like to give us a little extra support, we do have a Patreon up and running. So the details for that are in the description below. You can have a look at the different tiered options there if you want to. And yeah, it gives you access to the Discord. You can chat with all of us. So yeah, please take a look if you're interested.
And if you are enjoying the music, it is by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, which you can find on YouTube or Bandcamp.
All right. Last week we ended with you having defeated Ander.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, kind of. And then he just disappeared.
Yeah, it's true.
Ander's a little more faithful than his brother, so perhaps Frogast was more likely to save him.
Yeah, I'm not super happy that Frogast is like already back. I mean, he's not looking hot, but you know.
No, he never looks hot. He's quite cold.
He is. Thank you.
We ended with you stepping into...
Yes, I was going to
dean's
go into
office.
the office that Ander was inhabiting.
Yes.
At the time of the university. I want to see what's in there,
Okay.
if anything.
So, opening the doors, the office it's essentially still set up like a normal dean's office, like something you would expect from a university, or excuse me, university president of the university.
Yeah, we still never looked up what the official term for that is.
Oh, yeah, we're educated. But upon entering, you can see he's kind of made it into a makeshift war room for himself, but there's nothing really different in there. It's got some personal effects and stuff like that, but nothing special.
Any personal effects of Ander?
Yeah, actually, yes. He has a small journal that he has, as well as just a few items that look like they came from Krim, like trinkets that somebody would take if they're traveling far from home, right? A pair of shoes, change of clothes, various things like that.
Any noteworthy information in the journal?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yes,
If
sir.
you want to take the time to do such a thing.
I do.
At this point,
Nat 1.
we have
Apparently I
finished
do
with
not.
Vapor's. Have I
Can I
finished
as
with
well?
Vapor's suit? I joined
Yeah,
as well
yeah,
at this point.
Can I
Cool.
investigate as
You
well?
can, and you get advantage on this check because it's
Oh.
actually written in Dwarven.
Excellent.
That would be why I
Well,
got a Nat 1.
It's not much better, but it is a 17.
Okay. So upon reading that, there is a detailed account of him traveling up the mountain, finding Frogast.
Okay.
And everything is as it was stated. It turns out that Vortar was telling the truth.
Okay.
Like, he was literally looking for an eternity crystal and found this god. There is one extra snippet of information, and that was that this Frogast told Frogast told Ander that he had been asleep for many, many years and sensed a disturbance and felt that now was the time. Now
Okay.
was the time to enact his plan to escape.
Okay.
Is there anything in the journal about where Ander found the crystal that he gave to Vortar?
The original one,
Yeah.
it was just in the mines of
Okay.
Brackham.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So
Okay.
that disturbance was probably Akratox.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
woke
we
him up
figured as much.
entering.
Okay.
Crazy. Anything else fancy in this office?
Not particularly. It looks like Ander is a guy of very small, like he not a lot of worldly possessions. A minimalist.
Yeah.
So-
Any like you said that the dean previously had made it a war
Yes,
room?
there's plenty of things that the dean would have.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
17.
17. All right. So you do find plenty of books on bardic lore.
Nice.
Turns out that's what the dean was.
Nice.
So yes, yes, yeah. I figured that's a pretty fitting position for a head of a college.
Yep.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So upon reading this book, you'll gain all of the spells that you gained with your level up. But you also, when you take the time to read this book, it takes 20 minutes to peruse through his notes,
Okay.
and you gain advantage on your spell attacks for the next 5 spells that you cast.
Oh, sick.
Sweet.
Cool. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So as long as you got 20 minutes to prepare, you can give
Yeah.
yourself a little advantage.
Oh, if I keep the book, then always?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I just thought for the next 5.
Nope. For the next 5, you can keep the book. The book can be ruined, so take good care of it.
Yes, okay.
And
Don't give it to Ekratar.
Yeah.
it's only 5 per day if you
Right.
take the time
To read
to
it.
read it. Yeah.
Cool.
That's
And I'm
legit.
assuming I have taken the time this time.
If you want to take the time.
20 minutes. We haven't
Well,
found
yeah.
my parents yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like there's more pressing matter.
Okay.
But
Okay. So
Mara's just like, forget your parents. I found a book.
yeah, I've got a book. I'm at home here.
Let me get a cozy corner. Sit down for 20 minutes.
It's like my little
Vapor
library.
Vapor watches you take the book and he's like, normally I'd say something about that, but considering the circumstances, I'm gonna let it slide.
Thanks,
Good thing you
dude.
mended all those holes for me.
Yeah, good.
He's like, I'll look the other way this time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
better go
you
find
do
it.
begin to hear commotion coming from far down the hall. After all, you did just get into a loud fight.
Okay.
Sorry, can I backtrack? Was it attack spells or just spells?
Spell attacks.
Yeah, well, it would be spell attacks or spells that you have to make a roll to obtain.
Okay.
So you have advantage.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you guys do? As we all pause for
I
a
would
moment.
like to
Yeah.
continue looking for my parents.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
kind of a
So, what other rooms were there up around this area?
So there was down the hall. There was a room to your left, or a door to your left, and a door to your right.
Let's choose the right.
Okay.
as we're leaving the dean's office,
Yep.
or the right as we saw. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Right.
right as you're leaving the
And-
dean's office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where was the noise coming from? Down the hallway that we were.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So going that way, you follow a small hall into like easily pick the lock. There is a room, and in this room are various things. It looks like it's kind of like a staff area, place where they could prepare food and have meetings and things. And there is another door in this room.
Okay, so this is like a lunch break room.
Yep.
Okay. I would like to go to that next door. Is it open?
Yes. Yeah. You
What-
can
What's
open
behind
it.
that door?
It's a freezer, actually.
Mm.
And in the
With
freezer
my parents.
are your parents locked in 2 pillars of
Oh
ice.
my gosh. Do I know, is there like protocol for unfreezing them safely?
What?
I just learned the spell identify.
Oh, all right. Read identify for us.
Okay. Oh, let me find it again. Okay, you touch an object throughout the spell's casting. If the object is a magic item or some other magical object, you learn its properties. Due to blah 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 blah. You learn whether any ongoing spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn that spell's name.
Okay.
Mm.
So, it was yeah. Go ahead, cast that.
Yeah,
on it.
and I am
Yeah.
gonna cast it as a spell slot this time.
Okay. So this is magical ice, right? It was not created by any spell known to man, essentially.
Huh.
But it
Frogast
has,
ice.
yeah, it's Frogast. It came from a god, right?
Yeah.
But essentially, it does it keeps the person incapacitated for the duration of the time they are in the ice, but it can be melted away.
Okay. Just
Oh.
by like normal means.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there a heater, radiator anywhere near the
Mhm.
room?
I mean, you have a spellcaster with you,
I
but
do have a
no,
spellcaster.
not.
But I don't want to like light them on fire to melt them, you know.
Yeah.
Just want like nice. Yeah. Is there a fireplace in the dean's office?
No, says Vapor, but there is a boiler room downstairs.
Are these ice pillars movable?
Yeah, I mean, you could move them, but they're heavy.
Yeah.
heavy.
Ah, I
Maybe I'll
should have
just-
learned the
Accidentally drop fence
Plate.
spells, just
dang it.
shatter them.
Plate?
Yeah, there's a plate.
Floating disc spell.
yeah, the
Oh,
float-
yeah, that's a
yeah,
good one.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Considered it.
Okay. No, we don't really have time for that.
Does it have to be melted or can it be cracked?
Mara, can you just melt them out of here?
It's up to you.
Well, how do you want me to melt them out of here?
Well,
Fireball!
Fire until it starts getting close to them.
Okay. Not a fireball, but a produce flame fireball, because it's a cantrip. Just.
Okay. So you take some time doing this.
Yeah.
I guess.
So the sounds down the hall are getting closer.
Yeah, while she does that, I think I would request Revan comes with me to go check on that situation.
Okay. All right. So you begin trying to melt them out.
Yeah.
Vapor will kind of look at all of you and say, I'll go with them, I guess.
Are you sure you look like you got hit pretty bad?
I fixed his holes.
Yeah. Is he doing okay?
Call me a paladin, I'm holy. So...
Okay.
But no, he's like, fine, I'll stand guard at the door. So if anything happens, there's another line of defense.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys head down the hall,
Mm-hmm.
and heading down the hall, you can hear a group of people running up the stairway. Dwarven voices shouting like, it sounded like it was coming from the dean's office.
We can knock him out?
Let me try something.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
still wearing my priest robes.
You are, yes.
And I don't look all that great.
I will step behind a bookshelf or something.
Okay,
Just stay out of the way, but close enough to help if needed.
Okay.
I'm gonna like run into the hall and smack against the wall, like I'm kind of like disoriented and be like, oh. And then when they kind of have noticed me,
Yep.
I'll be like, it's Ander! They got him! He's gone!
What do you mean they got him, they say?
There was intruders! They killed him!
What
Frogast
killed
came
Ander?
and took him away.
do you mean took him away? You're saying his body isn't in there?
Feel free to check the office, he's gone.
So they begin running down the hall. There's a problem. Vapor is standing in the
Yeah.
hallway.
What is
I
this
thought,
plan?
sorry, because I thought that
He's
when I
standing at, like,
saw
the
the
door
map
to
Oh, I
last
see what
time,
you're saying. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll grant you that because of theater of the mind. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So they run down the hallway to the room. They see the dead secretary, essentially, and they're all flabbergasted about all of that. Is there anything else you do?
I don't know. I don't know where they went, but they're extremely powerful. I think we all need to regroup, either downstairs or outside of this building.
To which they kind of look at you. Roll me a persuasion check on that. It was good. I'll give you a DC of 10.
Okay.
I am not understanding this plan.
I'm just trying to get rid of him.
I know, but why wouldn't you go like
Nope,
they went
that's a
that
failure.
way?
A failure, to which they say, well, no, if they're in here, we have to avenge him. We have to find them.
Am I can hear this.
How
Is
many
the
are
door-
there?
It's-
Is the door to the teacher's lounge closed or open?
It's
I
like
would
down
suppose
a
you
hall,
probably
and
would
then
have
you're in like
closed
another
it.
room.
So, what it is
A
if
little
you
ways
remember
away.
our setup from last week,
I do.
there
Well,
was
I
a
thought
hall,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was the dean's office, then there was a hall,
Yeah.
and a room, and then you guys are in the closet of that room.
Oh, it
you're
wasn't
not
Dean's
really-
office in this room?
No.
I just thought we were here.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, no.
So,
Yeah.
okay,
That's why I thought it'd be good if I told him to go to the dean's office.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured that.
Okay.
So, all right. So that's what they say. We have to find them. Like, did you see where they went?
How many of them are there?
There's only like 3 of them.
Okay. I mean,
I think at this point, Pena's gonna come up from behind and just start
Sure.
fighting these guys. Why? Well, because Draven
why
didn't
not?
send them away.
Because Pen is a redhead.
I couldn't convince him to leave, so now we must kill them.
Pen
They're
is a
all saying,
redhead,
let's look for
and she
them. I'm
wants
gonna
to fight
end them
things.
before they call more people.
Okay, roll initiative.
Okay.
I don't have my job. Oh, good. Yeah.
4. This is the second not one you've rolled in a row. You're fired.
Oh boy, you guys. All right. Okay. They got a 7,
13.
13.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Well, I rolled a nat 1. But wait, did I surprise them? Do I get advantage on initiative?
Yeah, I'll give you an initiative. But what's your initiative within that one?
It was 4.
But
Aha! But with advantage, it is 14.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. And what did you get?
Oh,
You got
I got
a
13.
13?
Yeah, so I'm
okay,
right- I'm
so
right
I get
after
to
you.
go first.
Yeah.
So it'll be the 2 of you and then them.
And how many of them are there? 3?
3.
3.
Okay.
Yep.
How
You're all
close-
within 30 feet of each other.
within 30 feet. How close are they to each other?
5 feet apart each.
They're 5 feet apart. How close is Draven to that?
He's right next to them.
He's right next to them. Okay. Would it be possible for me to get within 10 feet of all of them, but not quite 10 feet of Draven? Like me, then them, then Draven?
No, because Draven's in between you and them at this point. Because they went past you to the room.
Yeah.
Are you throwing a bomb?
Draven went back to talk to them.
Does
now you're
she
coming
have,
out to
Does
fight
she have
them.
enough movement space to get?
Is it? It's
No,
an
you
area of
wouldn't.
effect thing. Do you put it behind them?
Well,
Or-
it's a 10-foot radius from me. I'm thinking of doing
Oh,
my
okay.
force blast.
Oh, okay. okay.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
Is it a dex save?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have
Oh
your
yeah,
dex
you're
save
good at dex
feat?
saves.
Yeah, if it's
I'm just gonna
damage,
do
it'll
it.
be half.
Well, yeah,
or
it
none.
would give you half damage. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. This is something the new that I got in my level up. Force
Ah.
blast.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, 10-foot radius, dexterity save, DC 15.
So what is this thing? For those who
Uh,
don't know?
Yes.
So it does a 10-foot radius blast for me. I release an Aquim canister, and it just whoosh
Like down and out?
out from me, and then it's 2d6 force damage, and everybody's knocked prone, unless they pass,
Succeed,
and
yeah.
then they're not knocked prone, and they get half damage.
Okay. All right. So it's a dex save.
Yeah,
What was the DC again?
15.
They got an 11.
Oh.
Well, that's 3 damage.
Only 3?
Oh,
you rolled a 1 and a 2?
We should really
But
add a little
they're
something
all
to that,
knocked
shouldn't we?
prone,
They are all knocked prone.
so
'Kay.
there's that at least.
We should add your intelligence modifier to that
Yep.
or something at least.
Well, that
Or your canister bonus or whatever it is.
yeah. I mean, my intelligence modifier's on the DC, like the save DC, but
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
But like,
Might-
no, I mean to
we
your
might
damage
edit
as
that
well.
damage
Yeah.
later.
Yeah,
A
we
little
might
more.
edit that, yes.
We're gonna make a
For
note of that.
now.
Okay.
That's
Draven,
about
it
it.
is your turn.
Okay.
I do get 2 attacks per turn. Can I just hit them with a weapon at this point, or is that an attack action, or is that a different thing?
Well, that's an attack
an attack.
action, so you
Yeah.
can make
That's an
another attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna grab person number 1 and hit him with my rapier at that point,
Okay.
and advantage because he's prone.
Yep.
Okay. Does 21 hit?
Yes.
Yes. 8d4 plus 4. Not 8d4. 1d8.
Woo!
84.
Ah,
Whoa,
that's a
there you
better
go.
roll.
There you go.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12 piercing damage.
Okay, you kill him.
Sweet.
Just down.
One dude has been ended. All right,
Excellent.
Draven, finish
Now
off
watch
the rest.
Draven finish the other two.
Okay, so I can't do much. So are they both on the ground?
Yeah.
They are, yeah, they're all, she knocked everyone flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for you.
Well, if I get advantage, I'll just use my scimitars then. So out from under my priest robes, I'll just be like, all right, and just start
Okay.
going at him. Okay, so first one, yeah, that hits. It was a 19
Yep,
plus
that
8.
hits.
I wish I could split up my sneak attack, but I can't.
Unfortunately, no.
So,
You're
here
just
we
going
go.
to obliterate one guy.
Yep. Well, it's not great. So 12
He's,
plus 3 is
he's
15.
dead.
Okay, so that guy's gone.
Okay.
And then second one, go over with another scimitar. Yeah, that hits. And this one will just be a d6. So it's just 5 damage.
5 damage. Well, he's bloodied.
All right.
Okay. He'll stand up. He'll make an attack against you, Draven. He got a...
Actually, for my bonus action, can I disengage and run down the hall?
Yeah, okay. So he'll attack you.
I
19
think you
hits
have
him.
more
Yep,
health
it
than I
does.
do.
leave pen.
Well, I think she has more health than I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty okay.
Pen, you take 6 piercing damage.
Okay,
Okay?
cool.
It's your turn.
I am going to just hit him with my rapier. $21. So
That hits.
That hits. 7 damage.
Okay, he's down. All right.
Okay, there we go.
Now, you dispatch them fairly quickly,
Mm-hmm.
so nobody has been alerted immediately to your presence.
Yeah.
But more people have gone missing, so there's an easier chance that you're going to be found out by this building.
Yeah.
At this point, Mara, you have managed to melt away a fair portion of this ice. Thankfully, the magical properties of your produced flame are working. Her parents are out, but they're unconscious.
Okay. As soon as the people are dealt with, I would like to run into there. And I want to try and help them. I have used both of my vitality serums.
How many did you also run in?
Yeah, I'll come in. They're like stable?
They're
Just
stable.
unconscious. Okay.
Yes.
Stable.
Yeah.
Okay. My battle medic from my healer feat, I can spend one of
Yeah.
another person's hit dice. Can they? Oh, Mara can just.
Yeah,
heal
she can
things.
just use magic.
Yeah, go ahead, Mara. Sorry.
I use mass healing word once they're all there.
Okay.
Which can do up to 6 people.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
So that's
that is all of
Everybody.
us.
Everybody.
including
Vapor
Vapor.
included.
For
Yeah.
those on the podcast, we were all kind of pointing in Cameron's direction while Cassie was hyper focused.
Yeah, looking through her notes. What can I do? What can I do?
How
Yeah.
can I help him?
How can I help?
Which is very pen-like.
Yeah, it is. This is true.
I gotta help
Yep.
my parents. Yes, anyway. So that's 2d4 plus 3 for everybody. So
Yep. You go ahead and roll that.
dropping my dice.
All right.
Okay, so that's 9 health back to each person,
Nice. Okay.
Love it.
me included.
Yeah, that's more than her parents need. So they wake up like with a start, like right. To which they look around, eyes wide for a moment, taking everything in, and then your mother goes, "Oh, Ben!"
And I will go, "Oh, Mom!" and hug her. And pull them both into like the biggest
Yeah,
group
yeah,
hug
yeah,
and cry and laugh and yeah.
And your dad pushes you and is like, "What is going on?"
Shut up and enjoy the moment, Dad.
I feel like
pull him
Mara in the
back in
background
for a
like wants to join this hug, and then it's like, wait, this is their
Yeah.
moment. So I like need someone to hug. So like either Vapor or Draven.
Vapor
whoever's
sees you and just
closest to
goes,
me, I'm like- so I'm hugging Vapor while they're hugging.
If I had
love
tear
it.
ducts, I'd cry. Oh.
Draven will come over and you'll just feel like a hand on your back.
At which point I will pull you into the heart too.
Nice. So much love in this room right now.
2 3-way group hugs.
So, Vapor speaks up and says, I hate to burst everyone's bubble. This is a wonderful moment.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Um,
So how do you get out of the building?
Vapor, what's the
Where's
least
the nearest
in the way
window?
route?
What was that? Huh?
I learned Featherfall.
Oh, okay.
How many creatures can you affect?
I don't know. Let's see.
I think
Are we
it's
just
6.
gonna yeet ourselves out the window?
I think it's you and 6 others, if I remember.
Choose no up
Oh.
to 5.
Oh, up to 5. All right.
So
Vapor
not all
says-
6 of us.
I can... He's like, I can find a different way out.
I don't want to leave.
No, just... Watch this. And what he does is he goes up to the window and he punches it out, right? And he opens the nozzle in his suit,
Yeah.
right? And he says, "Okay, here we go." And he just kind of kicks the he comes out of the suit and lets the suit fall out the window. And then he begins to float down as a vapor of gas.
So he can hold himself. I
Sweet.
guess he could.
Yes, he can hold himself
long
together for a
enough.
limited amount of time.
Okay. Cool.
But just
How's
before he
his
does
suit
it, he's
doing,
like,
though?
I might need you to repair some bits of it before."
We probably could have carried the suit down with us as we featherfall. But anyway,
True.
featherfall. How does that work?
Choose up to 5 falling creatures within range. A falling creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends. If a creature lands before the spell ends, the creature takes no damage from the fall. The spell ends for that creature, and it lasts for a minute. So as long as we land in less than a minute, we are.
Oh, you're
Which we
fine.
would, I'm
Gucci.
sure.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You fall how fast?
60 feet per second?
Wait a second. This
That's-
thing's a sphere, isn't it? Us
Yes.
jumping from the top floors, maybe
We're
not
gonna
We're
kind
gonna
of
we're gonna
roll
kind of
down.
slide
How'd
and
that
then
go?
hit something on the way down.
60 feet a second is still pretty fast.
Yeah.
But if we land before the spell ends, we take no damage.
Okay, good. All right. I was thinking if I fell 60 feet a second, that's gonna hurt. But okay. All right. So you make it. You make it out,
That's phenomenal.
Nice.
Sweet.
and so immediately Vapor finds like a crack in the armor, and he.
Well, the little nozzle he opened.
Well,
Go
yeah,
back in
but
it.
like there's like an open dent. He pushes himself through easier
Okay.
that
Okay.
way. And he's like, "All right, seal it up."
Mara?
Okay, his whole. Sorry, I'm just distracted at.
Sorry.
You
If
can
I-
use mending on it.
Did I hit the spell button already?
I don't know. I didn't see. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna say I didn't. I'm gonna hit it again. Okay, he has. Sorry.
He just asks you to mend the armor. Is all he
Okay.
does. So yeah. Okay. So you stow away into the night.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
And the dwarves.
How many people are around?
Well, here's my question: are you going to cast Pass Without
That's
a Trace?
what I'm.
Of course.
It
Do
would be my last spells.
It's worth it.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
done.
Because yeah.
With all these
Alright.
extra people.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys.
I guess not my last at all, but my last level 2.
You guys stow off into the night.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it.
Where do we go? Where are we taking your parents?
Back to our
And
ship.
Vapor.
Yeah.
I would suppose you probably head back to the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is outside of the city. Would have to go back through mechanical magic.
Yep. Or exit the city a different way.
Yeah.
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 That's
Okay.
probably easiest to just get out to the closest exit and then sneak our way outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. You guys completely dodged a lore thing that I was going to throw at you, but
Wait.
Well,
Whoops.
Wait, I want to know.
we just flew out a window instead.
Yep.
yep. Okay. You make it back. You
Yep.
make it back to the pod,
We
which
do.
seats 5 people. You could probably fly 6 if you want, but.
Get a little squishy.
Yeah, Vapor. He offers is like I guess I'm gonna head to Everclaim.
We should.
Do you want to ride there?
Can you do that message thing? Maybe we should tell Victor about what's happened here.
I think she's out of spell slots.
Oh, well, maybe
Well,
tomorrow.
I
could
mean,
sleep.
okay, wait. I do have one level 3 spell slot left,
You could cast it.
but do I want to?
I mean, if you do it now, we probably don't have much else to do with our day, do we? Wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
We're in a safe place.
Yeah.
Because we're like out in the woods, aren't we? Isn't that where we hid the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know that I am comfortable sharing information about our whereabouts. Not that I don't trust him, but that
If he was captured. kind of
if
thing.
he was captured and like tortured or like
We don't have to tell him where we are. We can just tell him that Metacloud is free.
Well,
At least Anders gone.
yeah. We rescued my parents. I don't know about the whole city, but
No,
it's-
there'll be some dwarves left
army's
for a
coming,
bit,
right?
but they have no leader.
yeah.
Well, you can decide to do that now or later, but regardless, you have escaped with your parents. You're back at the pod, and my question is, what do you do now?
Fly to Everclane? Or not Everclane,
Capital City.
Capital City probably. Unless we want to bring
Yes.
Vapor wants to go to Everclane, we could bring him there.
Well, I mean, he says, I mean, Capital City's just as good. He's like, I'd be excited to see the land of the knights.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
cool.
take him there.
Yeah, I guess let's do that.
Okay. All right.
I'll
So
fly the
it's
first 8 hours, Mara the next, or
Yeah.
first 4 hours, Mara the next 8.
Yep.
All right.
And then everyone
You
can try
guys-
to have a squishy sleep in the pod.
Or-
It's only about an 8-hour trip.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
8
because
to
it was
9.
from Vracum.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
It's about
well,
9 hours. So. Well.
Yeah.
We might end up just having to have a later start the next day, but we can all
Okay.
get a rest, whether it's in the
Well,
pod or in
I can
Capital
fly
City.
because my rest only has to be 4 hours.
Yep.
So you guys both get your rest.
Okay. So you
So
make
if
it to
we
Capital
wait
City.
4 hours, okay, never mind. Sorry, this
Yeah.
is trivial.
Yeah. You make it
We'll
to
get a
Capital
rest.
City, and you can all take a long rest. You can all benefit from one.
Yeah, I probably won't rest on the pod. I will be talking with my parents.
Yeah. Your
Oh, if
mother
you're talking about, you can
has
fly and talk. And
many,
yes.
many questions for you. Your father looks concerned, maybe slightly proud as well, but
I think at this point, I'm just going to tell my parents all of the everythings.
Okay. While flying over Najkat, you notice there's a significant more amount of air traffic than there used to be. In the distance, you see the blimps flying around, the airships. Yeah. You arrive at Capital City. You, while there, do you report to the king? Like, what do you do?
I think it's worthwhile just to mention that, Ander has been dealt with to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temporarily. at least.
So, King Colin Van Manuris, he greets all of you. He says, "So these are the parents of one of our heroes here. This is amazing. You know what? We can find a place for them to stay in the meantime.
Thank you.
This is excellent news that Ander is out of the picture, at least for now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure. You told me that Frogash showed up again.
And took him, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Interesting.
who knows?
Well, we've had some fun developments. The war is going very well. We're taking back many places. We've shipped off Vortar with a large group of guards to take care of that. We're having some problems with the orcs. They're not very happy about us trying to put someone on Dragonhead Isle. You see, Dragonhead Isle is very special to the orcs, so I'm working with them currently, but
Okay.
we'll figure it out. And we've launched a science team to try and figure out about that castle that appeared up in the sky.
Any updates on that? I know a lot of people have been trying to get in. Any
Nothing.
success?
No success from us. There's a team out of Everclane as well that's been working on it.
Okay.
Nothing. From what I hear, Nodgecott is trying to copy our schematics and build their own airships. I bet you in a matter of months they'll be up there with us.
Mm.
All right.
But Tindar, I'm sorry that you missed him, but he's headed back to Vrackham.
Mm.
He
Glad
says he
to
has
hear
lots
that.
of work to do.
Yes.
Good.
But he wanted me to give you this, and he hands you a small notebook bearing the crest of the Shadow Delves. It's like, it's not much, but it's a family history that was dug up out of some of the old archives.
Oh,
Figured it might be important to you.
thank you very much, Your Majesty. This means a lot.
Well, thank Tindar.
I will next time I see you.
And with that, he says, I guess you can go back to your old ways, but not before one other thing. I need you all to stay for one more day here in Capital City.
Of course. What for?
I just want to give you a proper goodbye, a proper thank you. So go ahead, stay the night. I'm sure you could probably stay with your parents. If you two need a hotel, I can put you up in a hotel.
We can stay with your parents.
We can all stay with my parents.
All right. Okay. Meet me here at
I'll
at
probably
about
stay with my parents actually,
Yeah.
wherever they got put up.
Well, they can stay with my parents too, I'm sure.
That's
My
true.
family.
Big old
Not
party.
parents, parent.
He says meet me here at 9 in the morning.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And he lets you go. And you go to your parents, spend the night.
Yeah, we have a party.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, probably allow ourselves to just forget for a moment
Yeah.
Just relax,
that,
breathe.
you know, we've made progress even though, like, there's still lots to do.
Mhm.
But we can just take a bit.
I'm just enjoying my parents' company now more than ever. I mean, I've always had a great relationship with them, but like, I almost lost them.
Yeah.
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 That is heavy.
Yeah. Yes, it
So-
is.
Yeah, I am just feeling especially grateful that I didn't lose them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, your parents are like, you can tell they're a little scared. They're a little confused. They tell you a story about how like the dwarves broke into their home and Ander himself personally captured them. Right, froze them in the blocks of ice.
I apologize profusely, and I assure them that we'll get Metaclog back, and that they can go home again.
And they're very grateful to be with you. Your mother can't stop talking about how her little daughter has become a hero.
At some point, the guilt will probably get to Draven and he'll go find Pen's parents as well.
Oh yeah.
And just kind of be like, I know I'm her employer, and there's a level of risk involved with our jobs, but I'll basically, you know, just kind of tell them like how incredible Pen is and how she's like saved my life multiple times,
Yeah.
and that she's been such an asset to our team, and that they should be extremely proud of.
Her dad will pull you aside. What he'll say is,
Uh-oh.
what
Yeah,
he'll say
here we
is,
go.
you know, as her father, it's my duty to make sure she's safe. And you've been kind of reckless with her. But I couldn't be more proud of her. And I've never seen her happier. So, you keep your promise that you'll keep her safe.
I will.
Okay? Mara, anything special with you?
I'm talking to Cora about the spells that I read about, and then I'm like, oh, I just figured out these new spells. Like, do you know these ones?
Yeah, Cora,
yet?
jump off the
Oh,
roof
really?
quick. Watch this.
Watch this.
Love it.
Your older brother, or excuse me, your younger, just younger. He's the oldest of the other ones.
Yeah.
Your younger brother says, "You know, Cora made me do that once." It was a hospital trip.
Didn't work out as planned.
Nice.
She's totally into it. She's having a great time. She talks to you about some of the ones she's been doing. She's like, I can cast 6th level spells now. I've been practicing with the king. Like, yeah.
Nice.
One day I will get there too.
She's like, well, I mean, you only started how long ago? I've been practicing since the beginning, but yeah. So
Yeah, nice.
If we're messing around with Featherfall, can we try something?
What do
Since
you
I have my ring of jumping.
oh,
Be like, oh, Mara!
You're just gonna jump 30 feet.
I'm just gonna go and jump 30 feet straight up. And you can either cast Featherfall on me or not, just to see if it hurts when I come down. But I'll ask you to cast.
Featherfall roulette.
Yeah.
oh no.
Is this before we go to bed? So it's not wasted?
Well, we've already had one rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this will
So
be in
you're
the in
good.
between,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
day off.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah.
gonna sleep again afterwards.
Yeah. We'll
Okay,
sleep
yeah,
again after.
sure.
Yeah. Sweet.
Lots of shenanigans.
Yeah.
Does it
happen
work
throughout the
though?
night.
Do I
Oh,
now know that he can land safely if I see him falling?
Yeah.
Well, you
From
can
a jump?
cast Featherfall on him. Yes, as
Yeah.
he's.
My 30-foot near jump.
You could also choose not to.
Like,
I need a raise.
Yeah.
tell me you give me a raise and I'll cast it.
Literally, as you launch, I need a raise. Okay.
Oh,
I do also, at some point in here, use sending to Phil Victor in.
oh, cool. Yeah.
Ander, how exactly do I want to say this? We defeated Ander, but Frogast took him. For now, Metaclot is free, I think.
Okay. To which he said he responds with an affirmative that he's heard you and he understands.
Cool.
So, and to thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So the next morning, you wake up, you get to the king's place, perhaps a little bit late since you stayed up a little too late. But you arrive in, and what he does is he throws like a huge breakfast for you with all sorts of expensive foods from all over, right? To which he says, I don't usually waste money on things like this, but I think it's not a waste in this manner. And there's all sorts of people from high up. He invites your family to be there. Your parents are there. There's like a dwarven representative that's there, not Tindar or anyone.
Like
but,
an
you know.
ambassador. Or,
Yeah. Excuse me. That's been trying to come up for like 5 minutes. And at the end, he grants each of you with a +3 weapon of your choice. Yes.
What?
Yes.
A +3.
A +3 weapon of your
I
choice.
don't know what that means.
So you know how
They're all
your
very
plus-
excited, and I'm like,
+3
cool.
to attack and damage rolls. with that
Oh,
weapon.
nice!
Yeah.
So like what my crystal does, but
Yes,
on a weapon.
but on a
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes. And they each bear the carving of Dark Rune Detectives.
Oh,
on
that's
it.
Holy
awesome.
moly.
Cute.
So
Okay, I do enjoy the rapier, so I will ask for a rapier.
yeah, he'll get you one.
Scimitar.
Scimitar, all right.
I
You
love
get a
my
+3
scimitars.
scimitar.
I haven't
And-
used weapons in so long. I don't know what I want to ask for.
Draven's actually
I
going
think
to
you have a
cry.
rapier, don't you?
Bards can use rapiers, but you don't.
I don't
yeah,
have
you have
one.
Yeah.
I have daggers and a short bow,
And a short sword.
and a short
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say I would like another short bow.
A short bow.
Oh, short bow.
A
Cool.
+3
yeah.
short bow.
That would be neat.
I
You
don't
could do
know.
ranged. No, that's
I don't use weapons.
that's not a bad
Yeah,
idea.
you're usually just magic, but you have so many spell slots with all of the feats and things you've taken.
Yeah.
Honestly, the
but-
bow is not a bad idea because you can stay back and do your spell casting without getting into the
Sick.
thick of it.
Done.
And just shoot 'em
That
with-
is what I
Yeah,
would
that's
like.
awesome.
Yep. And it's a way to do damage without like using up a spell slot too. So
Draven will actually tear up at the sight
Yeah.
of this scimitar.
He
Just like it's been made beautifully, I assume.
oh yes.
Like it's beautifully crafted.
He does mention, he's like, if you would like, we could put the crest of the Shadow Delves on the other side as well.
He'll cry harder.
I'll take that as a yes.
And just solemnly nod his head.
Okay.
And once he composes himself, he'll just say, "Thank you, Your Majesty. I've never held a more beautiful weapon."
He says, well, you guys have helped us greatly. Very greatly. And what he does is when everything's dead and you've all talked for a bit and everything, he walks out with you into the courtyard, but then he continues to walk with you out of the courtyard and then out into the streets of Capital City, where there is a carriage waiting. And he tells you guys, like an open carriage, he tells you guys to get in, and they parade you throughout the city. And the city has gotten together to give you great thanks for everything you've done.
I'm like uncomfortable but loving this at the same time. I'm like, are there better things that we could be doing? But also I love the attention, but also I don't really want the attention.
Yeah, to which he says, I would happily give you guys a carriage to take you home, but I know you have a far better means of transportation. But but he'll give you a pouch of essentially like a paranormal investigator's pouch, and it contains vials of holy water, salt, various things like that. And it says, here, something a little extra to help your business. And don't worry about your debts; they're taken care of.
How did he even know? We didn't even know, so we're just like...
I don't know what to say, Your Majesty. Just, if you ever need anything again, you know how to contact us.
You're first on the list. You're first on the list, but, all right. Go have some quiet time, he says.
Yeah.
Okay?
We should go back home
Yeah.
and set it up as a bastion. Like hire some
should.
staff and get it going there.
Okay.
And then we should figure out what this freaking key is eventually. But like,
Identify.
this is nice.
Oh yes. Oh
Okay.
yes.
So
The-
you
the
guys
liquid.
now have what is known
We'll do it
in
later.
D&D
Yeah.
as downtime. Downtime.
What? Downtime?
Downtime. So downtime is a period of time that you essentially fast track in the game, where you have a period of time that I tell you, and you can use that time to do whatever. So for example, if you have the ability to craft stuff and it takes 10 days, you can use 10 days of that downtime to just, now you've got that item, right? And do various things. So you have 3 weeks downtime.
Ooh.
We have 3, but
3
I
weeks
feel
then.
like I'm too anxious to be sitting still for 3 weeks.
It's probably a very anxious 3 weeks. The war is still going on, but every day there is news that things are... The dwarves seem to be disappearing and retreating, and followers of Frogas seem to be going away.
Okay.
There are rumors and rumblings of them, sequestering themselves in other areas and creating their own little strongholds, but nothing like it was, right?
Yeah. I mean, I imagine at this point, our main things would be, how do we get into the castle? Where's Akratox?
Yeah.
And we don't have any additional leads on those things.
True.
So I feel like us spending those
every
3
single
weeks
day
trying
in
to...
the downtime, every
Yeah.
single day, I sending to Akratox.
Oh, yeah? Okay, at least once a day.
Yeah.
I miss you.
Like, are you
He's-
good?
He's ghosting you.
Oh,
But like this, it is received
every single time.
single day.
And no response every single
There's
day.
no response.
What a punk.
seriously, what a turd.
Since we were
Flaming
given a
turd.
+3 weapon, I'm going to disassemble the enhancement I had previously done and use those research points to upgrade Georgie.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be good
An
use of your
upgraded
time.
Georgie.
An upgraded Georgie.
Yeah.
Okay.
set up a little workshop in your
Sorry,
room.
I'm just excited, but I can wait.
Your room
I
that
can
you
wait.
spent like 2
We'll go
nights
to
in.
you
I
and then
know.
we'll go-
I can
Yeah.
wait. I just
And yeah, I am gonna work on like hiring staff and setting up a bastion. However, that actually works. I can
Yeah,
do
I need
that
to-
off camera, but
Yeah, we'll have to
I do
study
that.
the rules up. So we'll set up a bastion. I need to review the rules. And
Yeah, I think we probably all do.
Yeah.
But,
Just-
Okay, before we get too far, literally first second when I realized we have downtime and like no pressing responsibilities, I go, Devin, the potion. Can I look at it yet?
oh, I'd nearly forgotten in all the festivities.
Well, can
and
I look
capital-
at it
Sure,
yet?
yeah. Have a look.
Okay, I learned a new spell.
And you're just like,
No, before I do that, I
Yes.
cast Identify on it, but as a ritual.
okay, now read me identify one more time.
You touch an object throughout the spell's casting. If the object is a magic item or some other magical object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, and how many charges it has, if any.
Okay.
You learn whether any ongoing spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn that spell's name. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn which ongoing spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay. Okay.
So do I learn anything about this?
Yeah,
That is
the question.
so. What you do learn is that the item holding the liquid itself is magical. Okay.
Ooh.
It is essentially there is a small wall of force containing the liquid inside. That wall of force is broken the second you pop the lid, right? Now you have not touched the liquid, so you know nothing about.
Yes, I don't
the
know about the liquid.
But the liquid is, it's in a wall of force.
So, is there a lid that can be popped on
On-
the wall of force of the castle dome? Do they use the same technology?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But there is a wall of force containing what is inside it. And as always, when you go to touch that, it almost looks like a ferro fluid. It attracts itself. So even if the thing is laying down like this and the liquid's down here and you put your hand on top,
It'll go.
Will
it
jump.
rises to the top.
And it did that for everyone, right?
For
Any
everyone.
hand it
Yep.
wants to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
What about a face? Like if I stick my face on the jar?
Oh yeah.
Just any. Okay.
Anytime you get close to it, yes.
What about an item? Like if I grabbed a broom and
A stick? No.
No. It's
No.
okay.
What other things do you attempt?
I really want to touch this thing.
Yep. Pen is going to consistently request that you don't. I hope that you listen to me at least for the 3
Yeah.
weeks that we've got her done.
Just not in the house, Mara. We've just got back here. The last thing we need is some terrible thing going wrong.
Something that requires a wall of force to contain it terrifies me.
Well, it sounds like they must have had a good reason for.
Yeah, it's
Using something
portable
like
and contain it's portable. If they didn't want it to be opened at some point, they would have sealed it off in the ground or something.
I mean, that is a fair point. It's designed to be open.
That is a fair
It
point.
is designed to be opened, yes. So,
How quickly does it move? If I put my hand, is it like whoosh, the whole thing,
Yeah,
or
it's
is it
like
like trickles up?
yeah, it just kind of.
Ah, there's really no way for me to just get a tiny
Oh,
bit
how
of it
how about
out.
these, Mara? And I'll take out my ancient marbles.
Oh, sure, I touched those. Wait, does it work on multiple things?
I think it's just one
No, it's
item per
instantaneous.
cast.
Oh wait, this also takes a. I did not read this.
Oh,
Oh,
it costs
what?
money, doesn't it?
It takes a pearl to use. Does that work if I cast it as a ritual too? Because I did cast this as a ritual.
You would still need the component.
Oh,
So, but
okay,
you
that
could go
changes
buy a
things.
pearl. You could go buy
Yeah.
a pearl.
Yeah, how much does it have to be worth?
100.
100? Oh, do we even have enough money? to
Okay, maybe this
cast
is
it
not a
multiple
spell I
times?
will be using many times, but we'll pretend that I bought a pearl.
Yeah.
But it is instantaneous, so I can't do multiple things.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it to you. That's fine. But in
You
the
don't- you
future,
don't
yeah.
have-
Oh, I added it. I added it instead of a.
Giving yourself
Just
money.
making money.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do it on the marbles if it costs you 100 gold.
Yeah, I didn't see that
I
earlier.
paid like 2 for these. So
But what if they're actually like?
yeah, we can find out later if we make some money.
If we just
All right.
throw one of these marbles,
So,
does it explode?
Is there anything else you
Oh.
do?
Yeah, I want to know that though.
I'm gonna go outside into a field and just chuck a marble.
Okay, you spend the next 4 hours looking for it.
As the words echo in your head before you went out, just don't lose it. And
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
During downtime, can I try to do like administrative stuff?
Yep.
So
Oh, yeah.
I would, want to be looking for staff and making sure our accounts were in order, yada yada yada, making sure that. Well, I guess you guys got paid already, but can I? And also, could I just see like in the 3 weeks if there's any small jobs around town
Yeah.
that I could just pick up and do quickly, like little ones that I know that I could,
Yeah.
hash out in a day or
Yeah.
a couple days.
I'll join
What
in
it
on
is you
that.
can all earn 10 gold per day for
Okay.
that.
Sweet.
So that's 210
210
gold that
Sure.
you earn over
Okay.
the course of these 3
Instead
weeks.
of doing that,
Is that each?
can I
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured.
spend time like crafting items and selling those? I'd have to like do the math later for how much I could earn.
Uh,
But it sounds like fun.
it sounds
Actually,
like
that probably
fun.
would take more.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you get the 10 gold a day.
Okay, that's fine.
But because we have no way of knowing if people would buy it or not.
That's true.
Now, okay, it is.
I mean, I'd probably it's a real long shot, but the library in Kilncroft, I'd probably spend a few days like in there for a few hours each, just seeing
Mhm.
if there's any information about Floating Castle, mythology, fairy
Nothing.
tale. Yeah, okay.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
One of the oldest librarians said that they had a book about ancient civilizations, but it seemed to be missing a few pages, like misprinted essentially, and they got rid of it years ago.
Ooh, I have the books that I got from the library. I had a book on incarnates and a book on mechanics, and 2 other books that we have not actually identified yet. Can I read those?
All right, well, let's see what the 2 other books are worth. Okay. There it is. Okay, you get a 46. So this one is, excuse me, that one, it's a business practices book.
Okay. I could learn why my items haven't been selling.
And a 17. So your other book that you saved is a book on marine biology, but like micro marine biology.
Sweet. I'm gonna read in depth those.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, can I sell my books? The one on foxes and their
Foxes.
breeding habits and irrigation.
Yeah, you could probably get like you could probably get 3 gold for the farming one,
Sure.
but like 10 silver for the
Okay.
for the fox one.
And then could I sell my extra scimitar?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I want to sell extra.
And is it half?
Half of
Yeah.
what they're worth. Yeah.
Okay, so how much gold did you say for the book?
3 gold.
Okay, 3 gold, 10 silver,
Mhm.
and then plus half of my
Yeah.
scimitar.
Yeah, you
Um,
find a farmer who's like
what's a
really
rapier
excited
worth?
to get it.
I don't know. Look that up.
Scimitar was 25, so that'd be 12 gold. Cool. Neat.
Okay.
Why
Now
am I struggling?
on the end
At-
of the
At any
third
point during this, are you gonna open the thing?
Mm,
The-
I really want to.
Spend 3
Sorry,
weeks
I'm so
contemplating
distracted.
it.
Rapier is 25 gold pieces.
Okay.
So you can get
so
12
is
gold
so is
for
a
it.
short bow, and I want to sell my short bow that I don't need anymore.
Okay.
So
All right. Anything else you do, or that's it? That's all?
Yeah, I think that's kind of it.
Can I just like pay attention to news about like the war?
Yeah.
Like, see if we can find out if Metaclaw has been
Mhm.
taken back. and-
In the 3 weeks, there is quite a few battles in Metaclod. Metaclod is very much kind of a war zone still, but it seems like most of the remnants of Anders' army have fled, and it's just a few pockets that are going. There are rumors of them growing in the south, though. The Anders men have fled to the south. Okay?
It is probably a long shot, but
Mhm.
throughout the week, I'm just gonna be. My mind is gonna be on it. / maybe I don't know, maybe books or whatever. I'm trying to figure out what the key means.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Yeah.
also would be
Key.
reading about that,
Okay.
Yeah.
or like looking into that, or like
I don't know if-
remembering.
Any leads on that are gonna pop up, but
There would not be any leads that pop up on that.
yeah, that's what I
unfortunately.
figured.
I do have to.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Let's talk this one through, though.
Okay.
Can we take a minute to
Oh,
talk this
I
one
know
through?
where you could find some leads, but you're not going to find any here.
Yeah.
Let's talk this through for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we do know on this,
The mural.
the
thing.
mural that
Yeah.
we read,
Mm-hmm.
they were casting spells, and the spell hit everything except for a skeleton, which was holding a key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our assumption was,
We thought Acrotox initially.
yeah,
Yeah.
Acrotox,
'Cause
but
he
our
was
assumption was
skeleton.
also that,
Skeleton.
like, at least my assumption was that, like, because he wasn't hit, he is the key, but, like, is it maybe opposite, and that, like, the key is the reason he wasn't hit? Like, is it that he is the key, or is it that he, like, has the key? Or that, like, I don't, is it like death is the key?
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Like a
too.
death sacrifice to get in? Or, I don't know. But the key lies in Emerallia is another thing that we were told. So I think if we
Mhm,
do want to
mhm.
know, I think we have to search Emerallia again.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
But, like, are we searching graves in Emerallia? Are we searching
Don't
for
know.
another mural back in Emerallia?
Or yeah. No,
I mean,
don't know.
you're not familiar enough with Emerallia to know if there's any other depiction of a cloaked skeletal figure that's notable anywhere, are you?
Am I
Hmm?
familiar enough with Emerallia to know if I've ever passed a depiction of a cloaked skeleton anywhere else?
I mean, there's all sorts of mythology with cloaked skeletal figures. Death knights, undead, all sorts of stuff. All about. So,
Anything that, like, looks familiar to this? Looks similar to this?
it's an ancient,
Yeah.
yeah, it's an ancient, like, relief carving. So,
Wait, I've just had an idea. How old is the Lich King in the Deadlands?
Is the Lich King the key? That's actually not a
Is
bad-
their land the only
Yes.
land that wasn't touched, and that's why?
I don't know.
But we were told the key lies in Emeraldia.
But
Mm,
was
that's true.
like the
Is the key
to
is
solving
the information?
Wait, what
Yeah.
if Lies is talking about a dead body? The key lies in Emeraldia.
Oh,
Like a grave, like you were mentioning
it
earlier.
is. So we are searching graves.
I don't know. I mean, we really have a very little to go on at this point. We're
Yeah.
just throwing out whatever we can think of. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think we have anything to help us get a little bit further.
No.
I still
Interesting ideas,
feel
but
like
nothing solid.
I still feel like Acrotox is. I think that he was created, because incarnates are created in death.
Hmm.
I think that he was created during this, during that war.
And you think that's why he wants to get back?
I don't know that it's necessarily back, but he
But-
was created because of the death and destruction, and now he embodies that death and destruction.
He did
and-
eventually tell us he's about 300 years old.
Yeah, but are we going to trust the words that he says?
Well, no. No. we're not.
Okay. All right. So the end of your 3 weeks,
Yeah.
you're all debating,
Yeah.
and on a rainy night, just
Did
like
you
a
open
rainy
the
night many months ago
thing?
now,
No, too late now.
there is a rapid knocking at your door. You closed about 20 minutes ago.
Okay. Draven?
Yeah, I'll go open it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check who it is.
A man stands there, hood up, drenched, panting heavily. You can see just like a very basic wagon behind, or not, excuse me, not a wagon, but like a horse. The horse looks exhausted too. Like this guy has been running. He pulls back his hood, and you see the face of...
Skeleton.
No.
No.
Architects wouldn't
Exactly
hurry
like
like
the
that
image.
anywhere.
Valantis Ilthanir, or Vel for short.
Oh.
The coffin
The
maker?
carpenter
Mhm.
from Novalar? Was
Yep.
that it? Yeah.
To which he looks at you.
Come
he's
in.
like, they took her.
Crystal?
They took her.
No.
The dwarfs. They took her.
When? Come in. Dry yourself off.
And he comes in. You can see he's like going crazy.
Yeah, just take a seat.
Takes him a moment to breathe, and after he's had a moment, he shakily recounts a tale how that he was at his place. They'd been liberated from dwarves quite a while ago, and things were getting back to normal business when some dwarves came in, kicked down his door, knew what they were looking for, grabbed Crystal, and made off with her in the night.
That freaking Akratox. I think, did he have something to do with this? I'm not saying that's to him. I'm just saying this
It's in your mind.
Do you have any idea where they have taken her?
They hopped on a boat.
A boat. Okay.
I chased them all the way down to the docks, and they gave me this, and he pulls up his leg, and there's just a nasty wound in it that was obviously made by an arrow.
I will take some time to, like,
Help him.
address
you
the
address
wound.
Did you see which way they sailed?
South? There's
South.
not much further north.
No.
Okay.
'Cause I tried the authorities around, everyone had their hands full, and nobody knew where to look. I figured you were the best. I've heard about all of you. I've heard of the adventures you've had. I've heard about what you did with the war. I need your help. I can't pay you, but I need your help.
No, that's
okay.
all right.
No.
We're happy to help with you on this. Leave it with us. We'll see what we can find out.
Yeah, what he says, I'll find a way to stay here. He says, I'm going to stay here in the city until I know.
You're welcome.
I'm
to
gonna
s-
offer you can stay here in the office.
we're going to be gone. You're welcome to stay here.
Are you sure?
If you just keep it locked to strangers.
Yeah. We'll give him a little
Whatever-
instruction and
Yeah.
like some upkeep things that
Yeah.
he could maybe do. but-
Whatever employee I have hired, because I think that's part of Bastion's.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make up the details later, but
Wait.
you know
Yeah.
they'll take care of you.
Wait. I just want to read his thoughts first.
Okay.
I just want to make sure he's not a plant.
Ah,
Valid.
very
Yeah.
valid. He will willingly fail the roll
Okay. To let me.
to let you go deep.
Okay.
And it is you experience the horror of a panicked father whose child actually, yes, child.
Yeah,
He
'cause
views
she
her as
was-
a child,
Well, she was created in his daughter's death, hey? So,
most likely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cassie just
Yeah.
light
Clicking.
bulb.
Yeah.
Now all the info is finally coming
Oh,
together.
that's why he's so attached to her. It's not just something that he found randomly.
Yeah.
Oh, light bulb.
Can I ask him if the dwarves that took her had snowflakes on their hands?
They were undeniably like that.
And they came in to get her, and only her.
Only her.
They didn't care about anything else.
Nothing.
Is there anything that they said that would hint at intentions or?
No.
Huh.
Hmm.
But the only other, well, no, I guess other people would have known. Did other people in your town knew of Crystal? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's no secret.
Everyone did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything else that you think could be of use to us? Any piece of information that's come into your mind that might assist us in any way further?
I don't know. She's magical?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
The crystals she created weren't infinity crystals,
No.
were they? They were just.
Eternity
Yeah.
crystals? No, they weren't. No,
I don't
they were
even
not.
watch Marvel,
I
but
know.
yeah, you know what I mean.
It's just such a pop culture thing.
Yeah.
But, okay.
What use would they have for her?
I don't know.
Unless they're just collecting incarnates.
Under whose direction is the question.
Yeah. I think it's time we visit Drung or the Deadlands.
Wherever
town goes
south,
south.
is that these men have been meeting in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll do everything we can to get her back.
Okay. So I guess you sleep that night, and first thing in the morning,
Yep.
pack
we,
up,
Fire up
we
the
head
pod.
out.
fire up the pod, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fire up the pod. Okay.
Yeah, we should build like
Where-
a landing spot on our roof or something for this thing.
So that could be part of your bastion building.
Yeah, yeah.
A little
so
hatch.
Where
that,
do
like,
you go?
Opens up.
Where do you go?
Yeah, where do we go? I mean,
Well,
sailing
we were
south.
told that the orcs are grumpy.
I would like to stop in
So-
at Capital City and see what information they have there.
About,
Okay.
do we have to stop or can we send that before I go to bed that night?
Oh yeah, we could just do sending.
Okay. The information. So what are you asking them for?
We just got word that, we just heard that a incarnate was stolen from
Nelvar.
Nelvalar.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you know? Oh, by the dwarves. Do you know of anything else like this?
Okay. First thing he says is,
that
so
works.
well, what they reply back is, I don't know what an incarnate is. The second thing they say is, haven't heard of any kidnappings, and the third is that the dwarves are apparently collecting on Dragonhead Isle.
Of course they freaking are. I think that's
run
where we're
into
gonna
issues.
go.
Do we know if Vortar actually got taken there yet?
Yeah.
Because they said they were trying,
They
but
just
the
get
orcs
set up.
weren't happy about it. So
They were.
didn't do it.
No, Vortar did not make it to Dragonhead Isle. The orcs wouldn't allow it.
Okay.
Okay, so where is he currently residing?
He is currently a prisoner in Capital City.
Okay. Which is exactly what he did not want, but
Yep.
Cool.
But he's not dead.
What
Hey,
is his
fine.
plan
Okay.
for? Why are they? What is happening
I
there?
don't know that Vortar has anything to do with that.
I don't know, but
You
I
can
think
see
we need
the-
to get there.
Well, clearly they had an escape plan. Like clearly before, I don't know. Maybe not clearly. To me, it appears that before all of this, they're like, "Oh, Plan B. If this all fails, gather here," and that's why he wanted to go there too.
Well, he didn't want
That
to go
would
there,
make
did he?
That was his
No,
request.
that it was Vortar who said he wanted.
That was
to go
his
to
request.
Dragonhead.
Was
Oh,
to
did
go
he?
there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't recall that.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you go? Do you go straight to Dragonhead Isle?
Yep.
Do we? Maybe we
Or
should
do
go to
we-
like another port area to see if someone
The
saw them go by.
Drung, the people in Drung would know of.
Should we hop into Drung?
Well,
Mm,
they
No.
would know. Dragonhead Isle is part of Drung, is part of their country.
It is part of their country. Yes.
So perhaps we request via sending a meeting with their king. Also before we go to bed that night.
Can we do that?
King Van Manuris could. He knows the king.
Yeah.
I think you do have to know the person to send in to them.
Do you?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you do.
Or someone that is described to you.
Well,
And we
we know
would've-
nothing about the king of
Yeah.
Drunk. Or queen, or whatever it is. I think we heard it was a...
Okay.
I don't remember, actually.
Okay. Well, yeah. Whatever it is, I'll ask him to set it up for us then. Or
Yeah.
So he does set up a meeting for you, and he tells you if you're wanting to speak to the leader of the orcs, you need to go to Omen Good. And he
Okay.
gives you a location and everything. So, okay. And let me see here, Riz. He says the leader of the orcs is the Gok Jewel.
Oh, right. Yeah,
right.
we've heard
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
before.
Yep.
Hmm. She's known as a shaman of great power.
Like from the play
Yep.
that I am obsessed with.
Yes, exactly.
How do you spell that?
Yeah,
Gok
I don't
Jewel.
know.
GAKH-JUUL.
I was so close.
Yeah.
I was not.
Okay.
Okay.
So you arrive after some hours of travel.
We're just gonna descend right into
To
Omen
Drunk.
Good in our orb and
They,
like
they
freak
are
them all
they
out.
are forewarned.
Okay,
they are
good.
expecting us.
Yeah, we
Good.
did set up an appointment.
Okay. And you arrive in Drung for your first time.
Mm-hmm.
Drung is neat, actually. A lot of the houses there are built out of like clay, but this is clay that's baked to be hardened, right? The orcs have a flair for lots of reds and browns and orange colors. They thoroughly enjoy it, right? And you can see that they're all of their towns are very well knit together, right? They all seem to be in close proximity to each other and very tightly packed, but nobody seems bothered. They all go out and about their day selling and buying and working together. Kids run in the streets without parents. I think it's a pretty nice place, but there's a bit of a culture shock to it, right? They're all quite large. They're bigger and taller than any of you, broad-shouldered. But yeah. So you head to the shamans.
Yes.
Now, unlike the rest of the orc town, the shaman lives in a tent. It's a very small tent. It's guarded by two very large-looking orc men, each carrying a great battle axe, and they wear a necklace of what looks like animal skulls on them as
Oh
well.
gosh. Wow.
And to which, seeing you, they recognize you, and they gesture you inside.
Let's enter the tent.
Okay.
What does the Gok Jewel look like?
The Gok Jewel is very small. A very small, green complexioned orc. She's old. Very
When
old.
you say very small, do you mean very small for an orc or like actually small?
Like she's probably stands 5 feet max.
So very
Still
small for
taller
an
than
orc.
me.
Yeah. she's very small for an orc, but still smaller than your average human. Right?
Yeah.
She's hunched over. She's kind of withered. She's got all sorts of like talismans and things all over her. And she looks up at all of you and says, "Welcome. It's been a long time since we've had visitors here in Omen Good."
Yeah, we're
Her-
grateful to be here.
Her eyes are a milky white, as like cataracts have built up in them. And she's like, "Have a seat." It's not every day that a dwarf, an elf, and a human come into my town.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for agreeing to meet with us on short notice.
Oh, yes, yes. Now, I hear you have concerns.
Yeah, we've heard rumors of dwarves gathering on Dragonhead Isle.
Those rumors are true.
What are they there for?
Oh, who could say? I haven't gone and asked them if that's what you mean, she says.
We've heard Dragonhead Isle is important to you. Why is that?
Yes. Oh, Dragonhead Isle. Dragonhead Isle has been important to the orcs for centuries. It's a great part of our culture and a great part of our land. It's where we go to honor the dead. It's where we go to celebrate the beginning of spring. It's where we hold many of our holy ceremonies.
Okay.
Is there anything on this island that you think could be exploited by somebody looking to seize power or cause trouble?
Legend has it the Dragonhead Isle is a mystical place. We have a poem that we recite every year at the Festival of Spring.
Could we
Would
hear
you-
it?
Certainly, she says. And she pauses for a moment and goes very still. And so and then she begins to speak. But as she speaks, it's almost as if there are multiple voices speaking through her.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The voices of multiple orcs at once. O great isle of the sea, what memories do you hold for me? Death, destruction, and tragedy, from a battle fought most ferociously. Two gods clashed high in the skies, one more than a man, other dragon-wise. One fair in sight, one ugly to the eyes, but in their hearts was otherwise. Frost filled the air as fair did cry, but dragon warmth protected I. Had I not been there, dragon might have survived, had it not protected me from frosty demise. Ice did pierce deep into one god's heart, and frost did laugh the evil part, as that which with wing used to bring on spring fell into depths deep and dark. Though frost escaped not warmth's dying beacon, in one last great strike spring did weaken, and just as all those years before, frost did retreat once more, to mountains both high and old to recover in the cold. But this time dragon warmth did also end, and into ocean it did descend, to lay in death forgotten in a while, save for the creation of Dragonhead Isle. For as it fell, earth rose up to meet it, both grave, tombstone, banner, and beacon, a memory for all to remember warmth and smile, a resting place from what is vile. Behold, our Dragonhead Isle.
Wow.
And it's at that point you notice all around the tent are drawings and carvings and statues of dragons. And obviously it clicks that you realize the orcs worship dragons. Mm-hmm. You'll notice the colors of warmth and a warm fire. Legend says that the orcs once were led by a great dragon god, but that dragon was slain millennia ago. But Dragonhead Isle is its tombstone. Dragonhead Isle is its memory, and that place is sacred to us. If you look out there now, it is nothing but a storm. No ship can reach it.
So,
Was it that way before the dwarves arrived?
No.
Hmm.
There is dark magic there. Magic that hasn't been felt in that area of the world in an age.
Your dragon in the poem was slain by
The
an ice god.
Who can say?
Do you think it was Frogast?
Obviously.
Clearly, that must have been what put him to sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
You say a power that's not been felt in an age. Do you speak of the Lich King?
No, the chill.
Oh.
Though it's funny you mention the Lich King. It is the festival of the fight with the Deadlands. It's happening later today. We put on a pageant every year if you wish to watch it.
We'd love to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Feel free to stay. The orcs will always welcome those around.
Another question. Among your people or tales, have you ever come across a being that was the embodiment of something? Not quite a normal person.
Not a god.
Not necessarily, no.
There are rumors of such beings existing. My great-grandfather swore he saw one in the ocean once. It saved him.
Tell me more.
He crashed into Dragonhead Isle late at night. And as his ship sank on the rocky shore, and he was sinking, something grabbed his arm and raised him up. He described it as a being of water. A being of water, but with the glitter of the ocean inside it.
And the glitter looked colorful.
There were colors in it, yes.
I forget the colors.
Stones and gems,
Oh,
shells and
blue
weeds.
and red, or like purple, red, gold. I think it's one.
He always attributed it to the spirit of the dragon god. Perhaps it was something else.
You might be right.
Okay.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must rest, she says.
Thank you
course.
for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, are we hanging out for this festival tonight?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do.
I feel like we've just stepped into a whole new world.
I know, we have. I was like, well, that's a really cool story, but like, what?
I just want to read that poem
Read
Yeah.
it again.
over and over again.
It's poorly written, and it doesn't follow many rules of poetry, but then isn't poetry the absence of rules? in
Exactly.
writing?
Yeah.
So
You're fine.
Fine,
I was
that's
like,
fine.
it's good enough.
Yep.
But okay. Going about the day, you see the markets of Drung. There's lots of things. You find that if you're going to come up to find a place to buy herbs and sorry, that's my American coming out there. Herbs and pottery and just a lot of really awesome crafty things with nature. They're excellent at it. Now there's other things here too, right? Like they have all the technology of any other nation, save there's not much of the steam-powered things that have made their way down here. But you just find that they seem to embrace a more natural way more than the rest of the world.
I would like to purchase a handmade mug or something.
Oh yeah,
A little small thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a little dragon head sticking out of the bottom.
So that when you get your drink down to a certain level, which is very nice.
How much does that cost?
They charge you 10 silver for it.
Okay.
What's
Is that 1 gold?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 1
Yeah.
gold. So,
What's the like reception to us like? Like, does it seem like it's kind of a closed off place and we're kind of like an oddity being here, or they're
Yeah,
just like pretty chill? Or
it's they're all very chill about it. You do
Okay.
notice a lot of the children look at you like you stick out. They're not used to seeing many of you,
Mhm.
but there's very little. Obviously, travelers come through here.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Do I sense any other crystals near me?
none.
It's always a good question to ask.
Yeah.
That's a D.
What is the range on you sensing that?
I don't even remember. It is 100 feet.
100 feet. Okay, so it's not that far.
Yeah, but I was just hoping that they like wouldn't really know what it is, and it's been worked into some sort of pottery or something. And I just
Lucky.
get an extra
Just
little
like walk
stone.
through the
Wouldn't
marketplace.
that be great?
Looking
They're
around.
exceptionally rare. Okay. Now,
I might want to purchase a pearl here to
okay.
use my spell that I didn't realize. I always avoid spells that take items that cost a bunch of money, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize that when I chose this one.
Sometimes
Too
it's
late.
worth it.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Yeah,
very
identify
worth
is one of those ones that's often.
Yeah.
worth
Are
it.
there any pearls around that I can?
it. Oh, plenty. There's a shop that sells a plethora of them. Black pearls. He tells you about how he farms them off the coast near Dragonhead Isle. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to get there lately, though.
Yeah.
So-
How long has that storm been there?
It started probably 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Well, thank you for these pearls. I
Now-
buy 2.
Towards the evening, all of the orcs begin to gather in the central area of town, where there is almost like think of like an old Roman Colosseum, not Colosseum, but like a Roman theater,
Hmm.
where it's rounded and sunken in at the middle.
An
and people-
amphitheater?
Yeah, an
Yeah.
amphitheater. Thank
Yeah.
you. And they all get ready, and they begin this pageant of when the Lich King turned on everyone in the lands, right? And there's orcs some who are playing the paladins of Stellanobis, and others are playing the dwarves. It looks a little odd to see
Is
them.
it culturally insensitive?
Perhaps a little, especially when some very tall orcs come out looking like they're dressed like dwarves.
Like fake beards. and
Are they
stuff.
like walking on their knees?
Yeah. Yeah, on their knees with like shoes on the ends of their knees.
but it's all in good faith.
Yeah.
But they do this whole thing, and it's about the battle, all this, and there's one about the great hero of Stellanobis that went in to fight the Lich King and take him down and stop his reign, right? And at that point, the individual who is dressed as the Lich King walks out, and they look like a skeleton in a robe.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. This is an actor that
Yes.
looks like. Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's the actual,
Yeah.
actual Lich King
I was like,
walked
it
over.
is a skeleton
Lich
in
King
a
is
robe,
shown
or
up, no.
okay.
No.
Okay.
Acrotox is playing a part. No. No, but he
Okay.
looks like a skeleton in a robe.
It'd be a weird place to
And-
find Acrotox.
And it's you can tell that there's a lot of traditional value to it. It's like a nativity more than anything, right? Where there's
a
not
little pageant.
Yeah, it's a pageant. It's not super rehearsed either, right? A lot of kids are involved, but it's something that they must do every year, and it means a lot to them. But they talk about how being in such proximity to the Lich King, how the orcs, and this is something that may come to a shock to all of you, the orcs have an affinity to necromancy and have always had a strength in it. But that has also been a strength in them helping keep the Deadlands out of their lands. Instead of fighting many of the dead, they're able to literally turn them away.
Well,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
that is-
cool.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so we do need to go to the Lich King eventually to get the key.
Yeah, perhaps
Let's
after
deal
we
with what's on Dragon Head Isle
after we
first.
watch this pageant later that night and find a place to stay, maybe I'll mention to both of you, like, I'm beginning to think that what if when Ayla told me we'd need the help with something dark, what if she meant the Lich King instead?
That would make a lot of sense.
I mean, Acrotox did help us to some extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
We really don't know much about this Lich King. Perhaps the orcs know more.
Can I ask one remembering question again about the mural?
Oh, okay.
The other people
Uh-huh.
that were hit with the,
Mm-hmm.
what did they look like?
All species.
Like maybe an indication of each land?
There is there it was like a large group of people,
Okay.
and all the species were interspersed throughout it,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And they were all hit, save a skeletal cloaked figure holding a key.
Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't like every single kingdom except for.
Yeah, not one and one and one. No,
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like that.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a valid question.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
a very valid question. Okay,
Okay.
so what do you guys do?
I think we need to get to Dragon's Head Isle. That is the most pressing matter, but I do want to get to Deadlands eventually, soonish. Maybe.
Maybe we should see if we can see the shaman again and ask if they have any information about this castle in the sky.
Oh yeah. Is it
Maybe
like
they-
any
I
of your
mean-
legends.
Yeah, I mean, I get the sense maybe they keep the records a little differently than other
Mhm.
places. Maybe they have some poem about a castle in the sky. I don't know. They might know something
Mhm.
worth looking into.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think we should go to
Okay.
Dragon's Head Isle, at least to scout,
Mhm.
if possible.
Mhm.
Okay.
Going right into
So-
enemy territory since
Yes.
What is the next step you take? You rest for the night. Get any spell slots back if you cast any. I can't remember.
Well, right
Um,
before resting, we were gonna go ask if they have any.
Oh, go talk to the shaman.
Or after, because like, is this a late at night pageant?
Yeah,
thing?
it's towards the evening.
Maybe in the
so-
morning.
Okay,
that.
we can ask them.
So the morning. And what is it that you ask her?
Well, I just want to see if they let us go back in, and I guess I want to get information about if they know anything about the castle in the sky, and if there's anything else they can tell us about the Lich King, because we watched the pageant last night,
Mhm.
and we don't really know much about him.
She doesn't really have any information other than information you already know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Can we end here?
that's about what I was about to say.
Okay, cool. Because I feel like Mara would just she would have written that poem down
Yeah.
and would just be studying it. And that is also what I want to do before we do anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. So we will end there. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in this episode of The Parted Veil. The heroes have made some great strides and also learned a bunch of interesting
The
things.
world expands.
The
Yeah.
world expands
Uh-huh.
ever onward.
Can't believe we've gone this far and never entered Strong.
Yeah. We just didn't have a reason to until now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Probably would have been episode 1 if we.
Yeah, right. Well, we did miss a reason earlier, probably.
Yep.
But yeah.
So,
Plot hook missed.
Yeah.
well, we post videos every Tuesday. If you like what we're doing, give us a like, comment, subscription. We're happy to answer any questions as well if they're not too spoilery.
Yeah.
And before we go,
Our character minis were printed using Banana for Scale 3D printing services, and you can use our code MINDPLAYED20 for 20% off your first order until the end of 2025. They didn't come out in this episode, but they are always in the thumbnail.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, made by Hero Forge, printed by
Yeah.
Banana for Scale.
Yeah.
So
And painted by us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go us.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't notice, there's a link in the description for our Patreon, which will give you access to some exclusives like our Discord channel, where you can chat with us and the community there. Yeah, and hopefully in the future, if we get a little more traction, we can add some additional fun things on there. So yeah, please take a look if you're interested. And thanks for tuning in.
And our music is by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, which you can purchase on Bandcamp or listen to on YouTube.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week in the Parted Veil.
Bye-bye. See ya.